Hey, this is Hybrid Network and I'm DC Luke, but who cares about any of that? You know what I like? Green Lantern. I love him. Great outfit, awesome power, cool cast of characters, and they're in space. At least most of the time. Sometimes they're doing boring crap on Earth, but you gotta go where the story takes you. Unfortunately, that story has yet to take Green Lantern to the big screen in any meaningful way. They had that movie back in 2011 that was pretty crap overall, and it seems like they want to do their best to avoid using him as much as possible over at Warner Brothers. Unless it's to tease a future appearance, that's probably not even going to happen. But wouldn't it have been great to get something actually good for them on the big screen? Something amazing, stunning, beautiful to look at? Doesn't Green Lantern deserve it? At least one really great movie? Well, here's Jack Black. In case you didn't know, because I sure as hell didn't, Green Lantern was going to be a comedy movie before Warner Brothers realized just how dumb this was and decided to do an actually serious movie with the character. With a screenplay written by Robert Smigel and Jack Black signed on for the lead, it was essentially going to be a comedic take on the Emerald Dawn story from the comics, with Robert citing that he'd read up on a lot of Green Lantern lore to try and make the more out there and ridiculous elements of the script that much funnier, since they'd be clashing with actually established comic book canon. And to his credit, the script really does read like he did his research. I'd even go so far as to argue that the script is a lot more faithful than the actual Green Lantern movie that we got. But that doesn't really mean much when the rest of it is steeped in just gross stuff. This script is so gross. That's what I don't really get. I could totally buy a loser just trying to be a hero or to get some action, but why has it gotta be so gross? I just ate when I read this thing, and it was not pleasant to sit down and read this while on a full stomach, I'll tell you that much. But I'm sure you're curious about the actual script, so let's just get into it. So the opening scenes of the movie play out the crash landing of Abin Sur on Earth, calling his ring out to find a suitable replacement for him. Standard stuff. Only it's intercut with scenes of our main character, Judd Plato. Judd is a normal guy, works in a department store, pines for his superficial boss, and has a dorky best friend to try and make him look better in front of said boss that he pines for. He also is part of a reality TV show where he eats gross things like whole snakes and dead coyotes, in which that is not really that normal at all and mostly seems weird for the sake of being weird. Because he shows no fear in this eating contest, Judd is picked up from the bar he's celebrating his recent TV appearance at and taken to the now dying Abin Sur to inform him of his new role as a Green Lantern. Judd, obviously, does not want the ring and doesn't really listen to Abin Sur, dragging his friend Seth into the situation, who knows about all of this superhero crap, before the ring is grafted onto his finger and he more or less has the power. So the movie essentially has Judd having to reconcile with the fact that he needs to use his new abilities for good and justice while he also wrestles with using it for his personal gain, like trying to get into the pants of his supervisor Corrine at the department store, Seth mostly keeping him on the path of a superhero by pointing him in the right direction. His first outing as the new Green Lantern has him stop a highway bank robbery in which a giant condom makes its appearance to bind the criminals in question, as this was the first thing Judd could think of before he's attacked by a strange alien in yellow armor, to which, of course, the ring is weak against. Judd works against this by turning invisible, sneaking behind the alien, and vaporizing him. Obviously, heroes don't kill, which unsettles the crowd on the highway, but Judd brushes it off because, well, that guy was a dick. We're introduced to Judd's family after this, where his brother, who's successful in life, takes away any form of respect he might get from his parents, both of which are extremely critical of Judd's life choices. He leaves to find Seth so the two can take on some crime. Judd manages to find a convenience store robbery and stops it in actually kind of a funny sequence. Both he and Seth take off, but only before they both plummet to the ground since Judd had failed to charge his ring in the past 24 hours, in which case we see that the Guardians of Oa do not take kindly to Judd's display of powers at all. They decide to bring Judd to Oa to give him proper training in the ring, while Judd takes the time to try and seal the deal with Corrine, but when she seems more interested in the Green Lantern rather than whoever he is, well, he starts to wonder if it's worth it to even try and get the girl anyway. Judd is transported to Oa shortly after, meeting with Green Lanterns Tomar-Ray, Salak, Zax, Sinestro, and Kilowog, whom take it upon themselves to tell Judd of the impending conquest of the Chick-Chickies and their desire to claim Oa in their expansion. Judd's put through the basic training by Kilowog, in which the two actually grow close as friends, and Judd brings his mentor to Earth, where he falls in love with drinking and he pretty much becomes a hopeless drunk, while Judd tries one more time to seal the deal with Corrine. only trying to turn her over to his real self. She seems to be completely disgusted by Judd's eating habits on TV, big surprise, and Judd realizes that he's going after the wrong girl, leaving her while he's confronted by Sinestro for his corruption of Kilowog. The Lantern takes Judd on a tour of his home planet, showing him how better off it is for the order that he maintains, while also failing to realize that the entire planet is scared shitless of him. Judd gets a distress call from Seth that the Cheek-Cheeky have come for him asking where the Earth Green Lantern is, and the two speed off to rescue him, both arguing over the nature of how to handle threats like this. Sinestro, caught up in his own sense of order, takes Judd's ring and flies off to discuss his status with the Guardians, leaving him to wallow in pity at the prospect of losing his power and responsibility. Sinestro returns when the Guardians refuse to take the ring back, with him trying to remodel Earth in the same manner as Korugar. Judd manages to will the ring back to him, impressing his family and taking on Sinestro while getting backup from the other Lanterns and Kilowog. Sinestro is taken out of commission, but over on Korugar, the Cheek-Cheeky have attacked to try and find Sinestro for vengeance to what he had done to their soldier on Earth. The people of Korugar cheer for the news that their captor will soon be dead, and one civilian, Katmatui, is taken with the alien invader to form a yellow asteroid with which to attack the Earth in the shape of Pikachu. The Lanterns balk at the asteroid, none of them capable of stopping something that massive, but Judd gets the brilliant idea of moving the Earth out of the way, causing all sorts of natural disasters on Earth. He fixes the problem by rewinding time the only way he would know how, by making a green Superman to spin around the planet to reverse the flow of time. With a second chance at his disposal, Judd blasts through the asteroid, saving the planet and winning the respect of his peers, before he's forced to wipe the minds of his family to keep his identity a secret. He's commended for his bravery and given the role as Green Lantern of Sector 2184. Sinestro is banished to the antimatter universe, and Kilowog takes on Katmatui as his new rookie in training. It all ends with her chowing down on a coyote head, to which Judd obviously takes notice and shows interest. And that's essentially Green Lantern starring Jack Black. Look, am I glad it didn't get made? Of course. Was it a terrible read? Well, not exactly, no. I mean, it's gross, like, way too gross if you ask me in some places, and a few jokes really aren't that great, but I'd be lying if I didn't say I thought it was a little funny in some places, and the attention to detail with the lore of the Lanterns is pretty cool, but I mean, why? Why even consider this? This is just such a weird decision for a movie, and Warner Brothers must have realized this because after the details of the movie got released to the public, there was such a backlash that they must have thought, hey, maybe we don't make our hero a joke, and we actually try to do something serious with him. You know, before they screwed that up too, but you all know the story of that anyway. I wouldn't mind if this got made into some comedy sketch or something, but yeah, Jack Black Green Lantern. It's okay, I guess. It's just a huge relief it got stopped dead before it went any further. But if you guys have any other ideas on this, let me know in the comments down below and I'll be sure to read through them. If you also like this video and want to see more like it, go ahead and give this video a like and go ahead and subscribe us for more of our other videos as they come out. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter if you haven't already, and if you'd like to show your support, maybe consider donating to our Patreon page, where every dollar that you guys puts in goes towards helping us create higher quality content for you, the viewer. Thanks guys, and we'll see you all next time. I'm actually going to go wash my mouth out with a different script. A better script for Green Lantern. Stay tuned.